Hey guys, Brian Stevens here with Mortgage Shots. I got my good friend Carl White with the Marketing Animals, the best there is out there. And I'll tell you this right now, ahead of time, Carl said, hey, do you have a topic you want to talk about? Because if you don't, I do. The one thing that I appreciate about Carl is he's always got content. It is such a unique thing to say because nobody ever says that. And he just very passively kind of put that in my lap, and I was thinking about it. And we're people who are churning and looking at markets and trying to find ways for loan officers, myself a producing loan officer included, but we're trying to find ways, and Carl always tickles my imagination with things that I haven't really thought about before. So, dude, how are we doing today?
We're doing good, man. So today's topic, I think, is very timely, and it seemed like it happened overnight. And it seems like when it does happen overnight, is we are in, at least where I live, we have transitioned into a buyer's market in a real way. Boy, I have to tell you, Brian, the first thought that goes across my mind, it's about time. This is the wind in our sails, frankly, that we've been looking for.
Yes, 100% yes, my God, because we can control this. I can't control the Fed, I can't control inventory, I can't control my realtors, but I have a certain amount of control over that client in front of me and compelling them to do what's in their best interest. Yes, I can actually do something about that. So, people look at these markets, Carl, and they get mad about them. I'm like, would you get mad like if they started selling 5 Series BMWs for $20,000? You'd buy one tomorrow. And that's what we have right now. We have our blue light special on this industry and things that we as loan officers can actually control.
Yeah, because I've seen here in my area, which I'm in the Tampa Bay area, but, Brian, both you and I, we talk to loan officers literally in all 50 states. And it's, days on the market are creeping up, more inventory. We're seeing more seller concessions. And finally, it seemed like for the first time in like 4 or 5 years, the sellers are finally starting to budge.
Yeah.
And I think that's just going to get better and better and better. And I think the only thing that holds buyers back right now, frankly, might be because nobody's taught them how to negotiate in this environment. And to me, that's what, we, and I say we collectively, that's what we do for a living is we teach them how to zig when everything zags and how to take great opportunities. And I think it's it's a really big deal now. And I think, it's like in a buyer's market, loan officers can't just take orders anymore.
Right.
During the big booms, we sit back, would you like fries with that? Would you like one mortgage or two? And, but that's changed. And so now we as the mortgage professionals, and I know you have real estate professionals as big fans of your show too, it's time for us all collectively to lead and be the calm voice that we educate. We don't just quote rates right now.
Right. The whole thing is rates don't matter until they do. I get that. Certainly that is a component of what we do, but your value proposition in these markets has to be so much more than rate, date, and freight. It just does. Right now. So Carl, I was doing a builder's loan, a one-time close deal, right? I had the whole thing go through up to the end. We had our contractor out there. We had everything out there. And then my clients got outbid. So my consolation prize from running all of this stuff down is I get to work with one of the top producing realtors in my local area. They see the hard work that I did in there. And my clients who are not going to build a house are now going to buy a pre-existing house and put 25% down. And I've just got like a fantastic deal on a $600,000 deal. Like, that's our consolation prize for working harder.
And I saw a stat recently that 35% of all mortgages are first-time home buyers. And so the good news about that, which is the largest segment, that's the largest segment, like by far, more than move up, move down, investment, second homes, vacation homes, fix and flip. The first-time home buyer is by far the largest segment of that. And the good news for us, they don't have a house to sell, right? Because the move-ups we've seen slow up a little bit, because they got to sell a house and they're having a little bit of the shock of, hey, it's a buyer's market too. And so they're a little bit more hesitant. These first-time home buyers are really taking action right now. And I think, I think the big advantages is not just working with the buyers, right, the people who's going to be borrowing the money, but I think right now is a golden time for the loan officers and real estate agents to start working together and getting to know each other a little better. Because like in my branch, we're really doubling down on teaching realtors our referral partners how to leverage buy downs, more about, how to structure deals with the seller concessions. Is it better to just pay part of the getting the seller to pay part of the buyer's closing cost, or is it better to get the seller to buy down the rate, different advantages? And boy, it is just a great time to be hooking up with these realtors and helping them, with their marketing, like with their flyers and putting the marketing messages. The sellers making contributions is what's going to the borrower or the buyer. That's really what's going to move the needle right now. And these first-time home buyers, they are poised, ready to go, and it's the largest segment in the market. So for me, this is all good news. Like there's nothing negative about this. Everything about this. I think this is the moment we've been waiting for the last couple of years.
I mean, but Carl, you have to make the pivot. You have to see it. You have to understand it, that the market is fundamentally different than it was a few months ago. Whatever you're doing back then is not going to work tomorrow. You have to identify and make the pivot. For those green pastures in the future, this market does not bother me at all. Frankly, when I see what other people perceive to be bad numbers, I want to put my pom-poms on and start like cheerleading, because nothing about this market is hurting me. We are recession-proof in what we do, but we see the opportunities where they exist, and they are simply not the ones that we had yesterday.
I honestly think this is a better opportunity than lower rates, because I've never ever had somebody say to me, "Hey, Carl, my dream home is a 6.75 interest rate," like ever, right? And I get it. We want to get the best deal we can for our borrowers, and you know way more about this than I do, Brian. You know that with the administration and putting pressure, and frankly the entire economy perhaps putting pressure to lower rate, maybe that'll happen, maybe it won't. But I'm telling you, we got enough wind in our sails with finally the buyer's market coming in place, because that for us, we're shifting the conversation into monthly payment strategies where we're talking about temporary and permanent buy downs, seller credits for closing costs, and back to that cliche that was going around for a little while: marry the house, date the rate.
Date the rate, yeah.
Boy, it's just a great time to be doing it, and I think for everybody that's listening, and certainly is what we're doing, now is the time for old school prospecting.
Oh my God.
Most won't do it. And it's, the daily calls to my database, let me run a cost of waiting scenario for you, partnering up with hungry agents to co-market price drops or buy down opportunities. And, follow up is king right now. So
I have this thing. I'm sure we talked about it before. It's called Gurly Creek. And Gurly Creek it's a high alpine up by Lake Tahoe. It's it's clearer than Tahoe. It's wonderful. And you can go there and catch brown trout. We had a drought a number of years ago. Like, if I go fishing there, I might catch 2 over the course of an entire day, maybe 3. Now, when we had our drought in that pond, Gurly Creek, turned out to be about a third the size. You could put a cigarette butt on the end of a hook and you would catch a fish every time. Yeah. This market is very much like that.
It is.
So when you're looking at your realtors right now, they're hungry for solutions too. And the thing that scares people, Carl, is they say, well, this person has 20 listings. So they clearly they don't need me. They've got a business that's put together. Do you know those 20 listings aren't moving and they're looking for any solutions? Do you know that the loan programs you have in your back pocket right now could probably sell houses that are sitting with your realtors? Don't shy away from these. Remember, Gurly Creek has gotten smaller. There's a ton of fish to catch, but you have to understand, what you're fishing for.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And I think I was just talking to one of our members. They're doing really well and getting a lot of contracts in by co-hosting with their favorite realtor partners and their title companies. One was doing with a title company, co-host Zoom meetings, how to win as a buyer in today's market, kind of workshop type things. And so anyway, I thought it'd be a good opportunity for us today, Brian, just to let your followers know, boy, it's a great time. In today's market, we're going to be seeing these micro sprints. So This is not going to be a marathon. This is going to be where we're going to have these opportunities, and we're going to have to do some 100-yard dashes, bring in a lot of business. And right now, while it's a buyer's market, I don't know, how long will this last? A week, a month, 6 months, or 5 years? I don't know, but it's happening right now. And taking advantage of it right now and shifting into the, some of the different strategies that we talked about, that is absolutely the thing you want to be doing right now. The alarm clock just went off. I get so excited about this that you have got to start taking action right now. It is just a wonderful market to be in, and I've been waiting for this. So anyway, that's all I got for you today, Brian.
You know what? It's old school. It's time to put on that Marshall Tucker or that Leonard Skinner 8-track tape right now. Pop that sucker in. We're going old school. Pick up that phone. Call your people.
First concert I ever went to, Marshall Tucker.
By the way, I've got a resurgence of Marshall Tucker in my life right now. They're absolutely fantastic. Their beat stuff is great.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan. That was the first album my brother bought, and this is back in their inception, and the first concert I ever went to. So our call to action is, if you don't know, you're going, who the heck is Marshall Tucker? Go check him out.
Can't you see?
Can't you see?